What is going on, guys? I just finished Wandavision episode 8. I'm pretty sure all you guys have finished it as well. Just to let you guys know, this time I watched the whole thing, including the credits. There is an after credit scene. So if you haven't seen the after credit scene, go ahead and go watch that. Like with all our other videos, I'm going to just do a quick review, no spoilers, and then we're going to get right into spoilers. In the comment section, there is a link that you guys should push to go and try to win a Funko Pop giveaway provided by Super Nerd 81, aka James. All you have to do is push on that link and find out how to win. It's a Colossus X-Men Funko Pop. So, okay, so let's get right into just the main review. We'll do main review, like I said, and then we'll go into spoilers because I know you guys want to break this down. I know you guys want to talk about this episode. I'm going to say this is a really good episode. I'm not floored by it because it's pretty predictable. But I always say if something is predictable in a movie, it's all about execution. And I thought the execution in this episode was really good. It's a very explanation. You get kind of the whole deal in this episode, what's going on. You get a lot of backstory. You get I just this is this is all about explaining everything. I mean, think about it. This is after this episode, there's only one episode left, so I understand that. But it is pretty. I mean, a lot of people, if you it's predictable. It's very predictable, but they did a good job in executing it. I will say there's not a lot. There's a couple cheesy moments. One in the beginning, and I'll get right into it in the spoilers. But right in the beginning, there's a little cheesy moment. And then kind of a little bit towards the end, there's a little of a chismoso kind of moment. In my opinion, I'll deal deeper in the spoilers, but there is a little bit of cheesy moments in this episode. But the overall kind of like pace of the episode, I think what WandaVision does a great job is the pacing. The pacing is always, it's able to bounce from different kind of elements of the story and keep you engaged, and just really you don't lose focus on the episode. You really pay attention, and that's what I like about this show is you really have to pay attention to get a lot of the, either you want to look for references, Easter eggs, or just overall what this story is going to conclude to. So good job on that front. Pacing great. The thing is, Catherine Hahn is amazing. She's so good. When I first saw her, I saw her in Step Brothers, and I thought she was hilarious. And I actually watched a clip of her in one of the scenes of Step Brothers, and she brings her A game in this show. She's so good. She's so bad, and I love it. I love her character Agatha, and I love just this actress in general. And Elizabeth Olsen does a great job in conveying a lot of emotion because this is a very emotional episode for Wanda. It's a very emotional episode for Wanda. So I think all the actors and actresses handled it pretty well. Like I said, it's a great episode. It's not going to floor you. It's not going to be like, my God, this thing is this thing is just absolutely amazing before the finale. It's a really solid, good. I feel like it's like a foundation episode where it's really laying the work to the finale. So, and it's we get a lot of answers. We get a lot of answers in this episode. A lot. We get a lot. And like I said, it's an explanation kind of episode, but it did a good job. I can't really say anything too much about like just straight. That's my kind of straight review on it. It did its job. It gets me excited for the finale. So good job on WandaVision episode 8 there. So if I had to rate it, I would rate this episode. I was waiting for the last 15 minutes because usually the last 15 minutes is really kind of a banger. So I would give it, I was going for an 8 out of 10, but then the mid-credit scene and then the ending, I'll give it a solid 9 out of 10. There is a couple issues I have with this episode, but overall I enjoy the hell out of it. So we're getting into spoilers, guys. So welcome to everybody. How's it going? I know you guys have got done probably watching this. So we're going right into spoilers. If you guys haven't seen the whole thing, Spoilers. My review, I give it a 9 out of 10. It was an 8 out of 10 while I was watching it. And then the last 15 minutes happened. And I was like, okay, that's a 9 out of 10 episode, in my opinion. So let's jump right in it. And guys, comment in the comment section. I will get to your guys' questions or just your guys' theory or just overall your thoughts on the episode. I think we're all kind of just like, this is a processed episode because it really starts off with the origin of Agatha. And you're kind of just like looking for a lot of, for me, I was getting a lot of Doctor Strange, Hocus Pocus kind of feels on the beginning of this episode. Now here's the part. I thought the beginning of this episode when Agatha is at the stake and they're just kind of like, she's dangerous. She's accused of being well, I mean, they're all witches, but like she's a dangerous witch. And then the head of this kind of like cult-like thing. Now I know this is like references through a lot of the comics, but I don't know too much of Agatha in the comics. And they're kind of introducing, Marvel's laying that groundwork of this character Agatha. I'm going to say though, it was a little cheesy and a little corny in the beginning when she was at the stake. It just, this is where I love Catherine Hahn. She's great. She's fantastic. But for some reason, I thought the whole the cheesiness of that scene really kind of, it showed its face. The special effects, all the women just like hitting her with this power, or I guess the hex power, her own mother hitting her. I mean, it was kind of weird because I don't know. To me, I was thinking, does she have like a infinity stone or something? Because she's sucking the life out of all these witches, and I'm just like, how the hell is this even possible? Is she like the strong? Like, what's going on here? So it was like you had to process. Yeah, I think there's more to reveal with Agatha, but you had to really process the beginning. And like I said, it was kind of cheesy. It reminded me a lot of Joss Whedon's The Avengers. The one thing I really nitpicked on that movie was Captain America's costume because it looked terrible. So for some reason, this scene really, in the beginning with Agatha, just kind of felt a little cheesy to me, just a little bit. So, but she's able to just take everybody out. She's a beast, and she's one of the most powerful witches, I believe. So that was an interesting beginning. I liked how they went straight to Agatha's backstory, though. So we didn't, it's not her talking to Wanda in the beginning. So then we move on to Wanda. We move on. We get this is an explanation kind of episode. What's crazy is that Agatha doesn't know how the hell Wanda created this whole thing. Like she was kind of looking. She was referencing Petro, so had her eyes on Petro. Then she had her eyes on Wanda, and Wanda is like she doesn't know how Wanda created this world, how she was able to like manifest all this. So Agatha wants to know, get down to the business. Like, how did you do this? I have your kids. So right now, she has her kids hostage. So the scene where then we go to memory to memory to memory to memory with Wanda. And I said that we're gonna have TV element, still kind of a TV sitcom going on. I believe in this episode that was gonna be the last of it, and technically it kind of is. So technically we're jumping into Wanda's sitcom, meta. It's very meta on this one. So yeah, if you guys want to comment below, go right ahead on the chat. But yeah, to me, I guess the last sitcom-esque kind of thing would be like Wanda's own show in the present day. That's what I got the feeling of, if it was going to be a little bit of a sitcom in this episode. So that's what I got out of it, because you're jumping through all these memories, and technically, she is the audience, and she's like recounting everything. So, the memories. So people who were predicting or who were theorizing that Wanda, the reason why it's all, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, early 2000s sitcoms is because of she used to watch them as a kid. Bingo. so this is why it's kind of I was a little disappointed because it was very like I read a lot of people's theories and that's exactly what happened. I'm like, okay, yeah, so that's what happened. But they executed it really well. So yes, we see her memories when she was a little kid, her and her brother and her father and mother, and then her dad had like selling. He was basically selling these DVDs like I Love Lucy, Dick Van Dyke, all that shit, and Wanda loved these. That was Wanda's childhood. She loved watching old sitcoms. That was her. So people who were talking about it, there it is. People got it right. People got that shit right. So that theory was confirmed in this episode. Kevin Feige must be like, God, these motherfuckers, on the internet. But I did like that. I do like that idea that she did create all this because it has to come from somewhere, right? Like movies in general and TV shows, not necessarily the person who's writing it was, involved in any of this or like, lived all this, but they get ideas from people's lives or their own. Like it's that's what happens. So very predictable. I knew once they were watching that sitcom, something was going to go down. And we know that Petro and their parents died because of Stark Tech. We do see that. We see that missile that says Stark on there. Now, this is interesting. Okay, this is very interesting. And let me know if you guys are able to comment below. Just want to make sure that you guys are able to comment that I set this up right. But it's very interesting that when Wanda and Petro are stuck, right, and then you see the TV still going, and you see the Stark missile, are they implying that Wanda was a witch the whole time? How's it going, Avery? Welcome in. So are they implying that? Are they implying that Wanda always was, aka a witch, a mutant? Because we know from Age of Ultron that they were experimented with the Tesseract or one of the Infinity Stones, and then that's how her and her brother got these powers. And we do move on from that experiment. We do see that experiment, but it's really implied, and I'm pretty sure, I think Agatha even said it herself at the end of this episode, I'm pretty sure she was already a witch. She was already able to use these powers because she was just she was going to, that missile was beeping. She says that it didn't go off, it was a dud. But she might have caused that thing not to beep. Actually, you know what? Now that I think about it, yes, she did have those powers right from the get-go. It wasn't straight from the Infinity Stone. It was the Infinity Stone really just bringing it out more, So basically, towards the end of this episode, Wanda goes Super Saiyan. Wanda's basically a Goku in this episode. So I do like the backstory on that. Then we go into the experiments, how her and her brother wanted to make their place a better place. Of course, that didn't go right. You even have the compound with her and Vision, and how she was at the compound and she was on timeout basically, or she was kept at Stark's. So you have that one. Like there's a lot of memories that we're seeing, and I really appreciate that because this episode you really get the heart of Wanda. Wanda's hiding something throughout this whole series, but you really dwell deeper in the Wanda psyche and how she became, or how she was able to do all this. So a really intimate, personal episode for Wanda, and I love it. I mean, one of my favorite scenes in this episode is actually the intimate conversation with Wanda and Vision. It's fantastic. Now you understand why Wanda loves Vision so much and why she really cares for Vision. That particular episode, just watching Malcolm in the Middle, and when I saw Bryan Cranston, I'm like, it's funny on that show, but switch it to Breaking Bad and let's talk about that. But beautiful moment, like a beautiful conversation. Really, two characters, really two people getting to know each other. Even though Vision is technically a robot, he's like barely learning the emotion. He says that he doesn't know what loss is, which I always had a gripe on Tony Stark. In Infinity War, Vision sees that Tony's missing. He's like, I gotta go. But when Vision dies, you don't really have that moment with Tony, because technically Vision is Jarvis, and to me, Tony and Jarvis always had like this Luke Skywalker R2D2 kind of thing. So it's kind of sad seeing Tony not really give a shit about Vision towards kind of like the end of the big phases, or like Infinity War and Endgame. And then you have Wanda. Wanda is like literally the only person who absolutely loves Vision and will do anything for Vision, and even makes a Vision. Puns. Welcome, guys, whoever's coming on in. I know we're all excited about this episode. What happened in the credit scene? I'm really confused. Okay, so we'll jump into it. We'll jump into the mid-credit scene real quick. So the mid-credit scene, last week I wasn't able to see it. I didn't see it at first until Ghost told me, and then I watched it. Like, oh shit, there's a mid-credit scene. No Petra in this episode. No Quicksilver. No Monica. They're saving that best for last for next episode, because SWORD is now going to do their master plan. And their master plan is, so how do you get something inside that hex that's going to take out Wanda? Well, you get Vision. To me, that's like how I took it, is they brought Vision back. It's kind of funny because I thought Hayward was very reasonable in this episode. Just I don't want the hate, but I think he was very reasonable. So to me, though, it's kind of like the Vision that Wanda has is the good Vision, and the Vision that SWORD has is the bad Vision. You even have the different colors so you could tell them apart. This kind of throws my theory, though, is I'm assuming that the evil Vision is going to be actually Resurrection Vision, which means Wanda somehow, look at her powers. Somehow she's going to use the real Vision body and bring him back kind of like to his senses, so to speak. So that's what I got out of it. They introduced this Vision just for the finale to be like Vision's going to be resurrected fully, and remember there's going to be this big battle, blah blah blah, but Wanda's actually going to get Vision back, which I don't want. I'm sorry, guys, I don't want that to happen. I want Vision to be dead. There has to be consequences in Infinity War and Endgame. If we don't leave these characters dead, what's the goddamn point? But it's funny that I say that, because the one part when Wanda is at her she bought property at Westview, when she's there and she has that, that heart, grow old together, that hit me right in the heart there. It hit me in the heart, because you got to realize this is a comic book movie, but they're not like the comic books where they could just stretch it out and, there's many adventures, this and that. No, the actors that are playing these characters in the MCU are going to eventually get old. No de-age shit is gonna like help them. There is no fountain of youth. So what do you do if you're ahead like Kevin? You say, listen, we got to do personal stories. We got to have these characters grow. We have to have them actually have lose happiness, all that stuff. What does Wanda want? She wants just Vision. She wants to live happily. That's a person. So that's doing a damn good job on doing that. So when she had that deed and she had that property, you really felt for her, because you really felt like, listen, they can't do it forever, right? And she has a vision of them being together and growing old. If they're able to have kids or not, that's what it's all about. That goes for every character in the MCU right now, right? Captain America got his happy ending. It's kind of confusing, but he got his happy ending. Tony got his happy ending because, this guy was a selfish asshole, but then he was able to have a kid, and having a kid, that's your legacy, man. So I'm glad that the MCU is like laying the groundwork that these actors can't go on forever. So we need to focus on, their intimate stories and see what the conclusion is, because they do have dreams, aspirations, other than fighting crime or something like that. So, but yeah, I really felt for that moment when Wanda really just loses it. And that's when she goes, that's why I say she's Goku. She lost Krillin, and she's so pissed because she can't get Krillin back. So she just goes Super Saiyan. It's like the best analogy I could use right now. Let's get to a comment. Welcome, guys. Welcome, Ghost. What's up, Ghost? Ghost here was the one that told me there was a mid-credit scene. last episode, so I was able to catch that. So let's see. Now we know who was snacking on Wanda's magic. Very true. I mean, even Agatha. Now the thing was too. Agatha said that that was kind of her doing with Quicksilver, right? She brought Quicksilver in. I still think that he got pulled from another dimension, but it's kind of she's saying that she did it. She did all this, right? It was Agatha all along. I'm very surprised though that she didn't know how Wanda did it until like the end. She figures out like, oh shit, you're like you're like a myth. Oh my god, oh my god. She did. She said that you're like a myth. You're like a legend. She's a fucking Super Saiyan. I'm telling you, Wanda in this episode is Goku. She's a fucking Super Saiyan. Agatha literally said, like, she said, you're a Scarlet Witch. So no alias was saved for Agatha to say, you a Scarlet Witch. That was the other corny thing cheesy thing I didn't like, was like she was floating. I thought the design of her costume was just really not there and she's flying, she has her powers. Like there's two corny parts. There was the beginning with Agatha, of course, and then there was the end with Agatha, of course. It just really felt cheesy on those two moments. It really didn't look that great to me, especially that beginning. But yeah, and then she just kind of gives that her big Catherine Hahn does a fantastic job in this episode, but those two were like kind of like wasn't feeling those two moments. I'm watching you. You are watching me. You are watching me. Welcome. I'm watching you. Now, if you see me squint so hard, it's because I'm blind. I'm blind. All right. I'm trying here. Nature Boy, AIM 24. Woo! Been watching a lot of WWE videos. Is it possible that Wanda is what the witches thought Agnes was? Did you see the after credits? Okay, so I'm watching you. Yes, I saw the after credits. Like I said, to explain it, in my theory, I think that the vision that Sword made is the evil vision, and the vision that Wanda has is the good vision. And I think the next episode, it kind of confirms to me that somehow in this battle, Wanda is going to be able to fully resurrect Vision. So that vision that Sword has, that's his actual body, I believe, or at least parts of it. So they're going to be, I think Wanda's going to be able to use that and make a full resurrected Vision, putting memories in him. That's my opinion. So that's what I think that's going to happen. But it's a nice little twist, though, because you're going to see some double ganger action. So think of it like the Spider-Man meme, when they're pointing at each other. So that's what I'm thinking. So is it possible that Wanda is what the witches thought Agnes was? Most likely. I mean, so in this episode too, you see the power of Agnes. She has controlled power. She's she's been here for years. What was like 1667 when the beginning of the episode, so she's a boss. She's a boss. Wanda doesn't know how to control her powers. That's why we're in this mess as we are. Westview had no chance. She's an atom. She went boom. She went off. But she doesn't know how to control it. That's why she doesn't know. Well, it's kind of weird that she doesn't know. She's barely remembering everything. So there might be somebody else in hand. Nightmare, Mephisto. This could still happen in the last episode. I would assume they would save this for the last episode. So yeah, I mean, that was it was really, I really had to like sit back and like, what the fuck is going on in the beginning? And then you're absolutely right. That's what they probably thought. The Agnes or Agatha was, she was a Scarlet Witch, but that's not the case. Wanda's a Scarlet Witch. So Wanda, I thought she was going to say like, you're a mutant or something like that. But yeah, so that very well may be like why they were all they thought Agatha was just like the most evil, So I'm very curious though. So she's super frightened with Wanda's ability. So I'm super curious of what's going to happen. There's going to be some dimensional shit. There has to be. Wanda can just manipulate anything, but then I think she could just really open shit up. So this has to happen because this is going to connect to Doctor Strange. I feel like this is it's going to happen. All right. Robert Lewis, welcome. Wanda won't get Vision back. She will deal with the truth, and her Vision will fight evil Vision's sword. Well, that's what I said in my previous videos, that I don't want Vision to be alive. I want consequences to be had. I want Infinity War Vision. He needs to stay dead. There needs to be consequence. There needs to be something, right? There needs to be some weight. That's what I had a problem with, like the last Spider-Man movie. I just felt like there's no weight to it. So I'm hoping that, and I'm guessing that's going to happen. But in my gut says, and I got a big gut, says that she'll find a way to resurrect Vision. I don't know. Yeah, but I said that I would like Vision to be dead. Like, it's not going to matter. And I thought that was going to happen when I realized, oh, she created, okay, this is Vision is illusion. So the and that part, that's a straight anime. That's like a Ghost in the Shell kind of shot. When you see just Vision ripped apart, you see his head, like that shit is a great shot. That's a great scene because it's very horrific. And I want, Sam Raimi's doing Doctor Strange 2. That's the kind of shit I want to see. And that's what I want Wanda to be involved in. I want her in that horrific element. So that was definitely a Ghost in the Shell kind of shot. When I saw that and I saw that she didn't take the body, I was like, oh shit. So Vision, like this illusion Vision, once this hex is gone and this bubble's gone, like that Vision is dead. Like he's not coming back. And I gotta say, I know it's not gonna be popular, but I thought Hayward was reasonable. It brings me back to when Tony in the first Iron Man said, I want all my shit back. Like these are used for weapons. I want it all back. But cancel all weaponry. We're not doing that shit. We're not making weapons no more. That kind of reminds me of what Hayward was kind of saying. Like, this is not your, I mean, I know how you want to bury him, this and that, but we can't bury this out in nowhere. Like, he could have said like, well, yeah, we could bury it and, keep guard like the missing, was it the missing soldiers? I remember seeing that and I was amazed by it. But I get it. This is tech. This is dangerous tech. This is Tony Stark's tech. And it kind of makes me wonder if the armor wars, sword is going to be a big hand to play. So I kind of agree with Hayward, but I understand where Wanda's coming from, especially the intimate scene with her and her conversation with Vision as well. Let's see that comment. Sword, as they willing to take down Westview in order to get Wanda and Vision back. Oh yeah, Sword is on a mission. Sword is on a mission. Look for Doctor Strange to appear next episode, as his appearance is needed to provide the tie-in Doctor Strange 2. It will take Monica, Doctor Strange, Vision, and Wanda to stop Agatha. I think Wanda's gonna rip like Westview. The hex is the bubble is gonna be gone, or maybe it will expand. I don't know. I feel like at the last episode she's gonna rip like a dimension or something like that, and that's where chaos is gonna happen. Something big is gonna happen. Doctor Strange is definitely gonna make a cameo. He has to make a cameo, but I expect another cameo. I expect another big reveal next episode. But I really do think Wanda's really going to rip a dimension or some shit like that. I think that's going to happen. Of course, you're going to have your intimate or your personal battle done. I said too, Wanda can go two ways. She can become the villain or she could be at peace. At peace means putting Vision down, realizing she needs to face her own, fears, or not fears of just being lonely and stuff. Or she could turn into a major villain and say, fuck that. There's two paths that Wanda can go to. I'm hoping she goes the more horrific path because I'm hoping she'd be a little bit more of a villain in Doctor Strange 2. We know that Wanda is not a hardcore villain. Like, she doesn't want to murder people, but the things she tries to do makes even how innocent it is, especially with how you look, how she created the whole thing. the sitcom element. She forced these people to be part of her play. So yes, it's in good intentions, and she didn't mean to do it, but it's still evil. She's still doing bad things. So it's two ways you can go with this one. Let's see. Avanish Mishra, how's it going? When she touched that Infinity Stone, did you see herself from another universe? I didn't. I saw her. I saw the glowing of the eyes. I didn't though. I didn't see her. Did that happen? Was there another version of Wanda when she touched the Infinity Stone? I really got. That doing that boosted up her powers, awakened her powers. Like I said, there's a lot of anime kind of things going on if you think about it. There's a lot of Dragon Ball Z and there's a lot of Akira, because Akira is really, that thing's been for years. It's one of the most highly talked about and masterpiece of a work, and this is unlocking power. So I think Wanda unlocks power. Nature Boy, woo! Sorry. I'm sorry. Well, gotta go. I'm watching you first. Fantastic Four. Maybe not. I thought if Fantastic Four was going to happen, it was going to be the aerospace engine. Is it the aerospace engineer? It was Monica's friend who equipped her with that big ass kind of like Ant-Man looking vehicle. So they probably won't do it. They might not do it in the final episode, because I think, if she rips a dimension, she could do it. But I feel like Kevin Feige wants to keep it to the ground and wants to say that Fantastic Four has been there all along. Maybe I don't see. It's starting to go down in percentage of seeing something with Fantastic Four, especially since they're getting the writers. They're still trying to find writers. There's rumors that Jennifer Lawrence is going to take over Sue Storm. I don't want that. Sorry, Jennifer Lawrence. You had Mystique. You had Mystique for a long time. I don't want to see you as Sue Storm. The only way this is going to get me interested at all with Fantastic Four is if they, come on, cast John Krasinski. I've seen a lot of his movies and a lot of his content to think that he's going to be a fantastic Mr. Fantastic. And then, yes, I want Emily Blunt, but I would think Marvel would be scared because they're married in real life. And if something happens, it's a big no going to the future, MC movies of Fantastic Four. So maybe not Emily Blunt, but not Jennifer Lawrence. I don't need Jennifer Lawrence in there. No, I don't need that. I don't need that. So Fantastic Four, though, the percentage of them making a cameo in this WandaVision series, I think it's really slim. Thank you, Nature Boy. Just to let you guys know, I do have a Funko Pop giveaway. So on the very top of the comment section, there is a link to that video for details and how to enter. And you can win a Colossus Funko Pop. The contest will end at the end of the Falcon and Winter Soldier series, and then I'll announce the winner. So go, all you have to do is subscribe to the channel, and then either when this video is uploaded or go to that link, just put down in the comment section hashtag X-Men. And don't forget to hit the like button, and I would really appreciate it. Make a ton of videos. If you want to check out all my videos, it's on the channel. There's a lot of videos. Okay, let's continue. Albert, I've been waiting for you, bud. I've been waiting for you. Ghost, where you at? You usually have so many great, theories. So where you at, man? Nightmare Mephisto could still make an appearance next episode, because it's very odd that Wanda really couldn't remember any of the shit. I guess because she went Super Saiyan, but Albert, I'm late to the party. Yeah, I don't think we'll get Fantastic Four anymore in WandaVision. I think it's too these episodes, even though it's like longer, they go quick. Very impressed with that. They go super quick. So the finale, I just don't think I think there's just too much on the plate to wrap things up, especially since we didn't get any Quicksilver, Monica, Darcy. There's even like Vision, the Illusion Vision. So there's just too much on a plate to bring in Fantastic Four cameos. You got to do it properly. What's proper is having a Doctor Strange cameo, because we all know this is going to lead into his movie. I really think something's going to rip, I think Wanda is gonna rip a dimension. I don't know. I'm watching you. She said a guy and that woman wasn't a narcissist. She said a guy and that woman wasn't a narcissist. Did she? Did she say that? Huh. Kind of confused with that one. Albert. Dude, my wife was acting up, so my brother and I came to watch it in my room. Am I reading that right? Your wife? What? What? When did this happen? We're gonna have a discussion on that one. Really? Oh yeah, and for some, oh man, I thought I wasn't gonna be able to get this video up because the actual power went out for like a minute. I was actually playing Call of Duty before trying to waste time to get to this episode. What I will say though is that this episode is making me more excited for the finale because man, shit's gonna hit the fan. Shit is going to hit the fan. It's kind of funny. Got the Age of Ultron right there. A lot of people were saying that they were gonna make Ultron. They were making Ultron, but they're making Vision. So it was a good little twist there. So not everything's leaked, right? I haven't seen any of the leaks. I just see a lot of theories. And one of the theories was that this all was from Wanda, watching sitcoms when she was a kid. That's why we have sitcoms from the 50s, 60s, 70s, and all that, so on and so on. So that theory was true, and I like it. I thought they executed it really well, and I thought they showcased it really well. Okay, Ghost. What we got? What we got? I'm here. I had to comment earlier, so I guess you didn't see it. I was saying that Agnes is the one that's snacking on her magic, and the toaster in the commercial represents the new Vision in the old Vision. Now, I don't remember the commercials. I'll be honest with you. I mean, remember, I'm talking to you guys at 1:18 in the morning, and I actually don't go back and watch them. I actually just go on social media and kind of see see the theories, see stuff like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I think no doubt, like Agatha is, she was, I think that's why she was talking about like her brother too in the beginning. She's definitely taking powers from Wanda. But like I said, Agatha so harnessed, she knows, and then when she was displaying how she's able to create, that was kind of a crazy dark scene when she had the bird and the bird just like screaming in pain. That was kind of dark. I was like, okay, Agatha. But she wants more, definitely more. And Wanda, like the potential of Wanda, the Scarlet Witch, like that's insane. I don't know too much of the comics. I don't know what a lot of the references are going on in the beginning of the episode. I'm assuming they're gonna baby walk me, later on too, maybe the next episode, or you're just gonna get more information, because to me that was establishing, that was another like little crumb to a bigger universe that Doctor Strange is part of. There is a lot, and I think Shang-Chi. That movie's coming out. I think the Mandarin, right? The Mandarin has the 10 power rings. So there's a lot of like things they could sprinkle in, and we can get a bigger picture towards later on. MCU is heading into a crazy ass phase, and this is a great way to introduce that phase especially with Wanda. I think Wanda's the best character to really introduce a lot of like this kind of hex powers, mutants. Like there's so many things you connect this to her world, and she's not even realizing it, right? They're gonna connect Spider-Man 3 into it probably. I'm really looking forward to Blade. So Blade is another dark kind of like not something that the MCU usually touches upon, like other than the Blade movie with Wesley Snipes. So I'm looking forward to that. So there's a lot of elements here, and I think they're sprinkling it along. I think there's more to the story too, especially with Agatha, snacking on Wanda's powers and just the whole cult-like thing. That got me a little bit of American Horror Story a little bit in the beginning too. But like I'm saying, it was a little cheesy though. The way that they hit her with all the magic and just a little bit of the acting. It was a little bit cheesy. Where are we? Where are we? Oh, the scientists. The scientists. Yeah. Hydra. Hydra being involved in there, and them saying that nobody has survived the experiments, but of course Wanda did. That was predictable though. I mean, uh, you don't you say that they planned this shit from Age of Ultron, because they didn't. In Age of Ultron, they said they experimented on the Tesseract with these people and they gained powers, right? In this episode, they tell you that Wanda had those powers before she experimented. It just kind of, gave her more, awakened her powers, so to speak. You know what happened? Kevin Feige found out that they were going to buy Fox, and he's like, oh, okay, now this is our first steps to making mutants. Let's just say Wanda had these powers before. So if you think they had that shit written that far, bullshit. It's kind of like a Black Panther thing. Remember when they were going to introduce Black Panther in Civil War? They didn't know if they were getting Spider-Man or not. And then they did get Spider-Man. They're like, oh, put that motherfucker in Civil War and plug him, man. Plug him. It's like that. They got Fox. They got the rights. And now they're like, oh, yeah, Wanda is a Scarlet Witch. She had these powers. She just was awakened by the Tesseract. So if one of you think that they had that shit planned out, they did not. They rolled with the punches. Dude, fuck Hayward, what a dick. I loved how they tied her childhood trauma into it. Yes, Ghost. That's what I was saying earlier. So Wanda, I love this show because you get two characters. You need more kind of like you need to feel for them more. And Wanda, throughout the series, you see the outer layers, right? You don't see you want to see why everything is caused by, like, why is this happening? What is wrong with Wanda? We're worried about Wanda. And then we see it. We see the traumatic, we know about it, we heard about it, but we didn't really see it. And as an audience, we see it. And we become more connected to that character. I become more emotionally connected to Wanda because, she seeing what she's gone through, that's a character you want to root for. You understand why, she has that tug of war where she's in the fence of kind of like the thing she's doing is not right, but then you kind of understand her psyche. That's what I love about characters in general, is the characters that, that actually, even the villains, right? I was watching, I know this is a Marvel stream, but I was watching clips of Heath Ledger's Joker from The Dark Knight. Okay. I was watching clips, clips with him and Batman, what he was talking about. Listen what he's saying. Listen to the philosophy. And it's true. It's true today. How chaotic and anarchy, how everybody just kind of, it's not part of the plan. People were stealing toilet paper last year. That shit wasn't part of the plan. They're still like, fuck it, let's just get all the toilet paper we can get. So it's like that, right? So Joker is a fucking villain, murdering people, this and that. But then you listen to him like, holy shit, dude, this dude has it. And Batman don't want to admit it. So that's what I like my characters. I like my characters to be, yes, they're looked upon this way, but they have different layers that way. And then you see that in Wanda. You see that in all of her memories. And they did a great job. The pacing in it was fantastic. I know, I just threw a Dark Knight reference that all the commercials, yes. Yeah, I know that. I know all the commercials are connected to her mental psyche. See, that's what I thought about was it the yogurt commercial? I thought she had to fight to survive. Her parents had to fight to survive. That's what I got out of it. And you see that when the mom's looking outside the window and it's just a war out there. And it's crazy because it's just the neighborhood. So that's what I got out of that commercial. So the commercials do connect. Remember when she drained all those witches? remember she drained all those witches of her power. Yes. So, oh, yeah, that's the snacking of that. That's what we're talking about. Okay. Yeah. Yes, the snacking of those powers. So she's trying to drain. You're saying she's trying to drain Wanda, similar to what she did to these people, but she can't necessarily drain her because she's like fucking power. I was a little confused in the beginning because like yeah she's I at first I thought she had like an infinity stone or something like that because she's draining all or she's just too powerful for all this cult like witches. I still am a little confused by that. So did she like did she just drain them because she's just more powerful than all of them? If that's the case, how the hell did she get tied up? Or just I'm rethinking the whole scene. It really felt like she just kind of just drained them all because she just overwhelmed them all. That's what I'm getting at. But at first, I thought she had an Infinity Stone for some reason. But let me know. Let me know if they actually explained that, and I just kind of missed it. But that's what it was kind of like processing the beginning. I was like, how is she able? How is she able to like just kill like all these women? Is it because that's why they thought she was the Scarlet Witch? She's that powerful. And there might have been a little. They said something that I kind of just like tuned out a little bit, but let me know. Remember the dream about Albert? Did anyone else pop off when Wanda saw the Scarlet Witch in the Mind Stone? Her getting the powers there reminded me of when Phoenix Force. So there she was. She did see herself getting those. Like I saw a lot of yellow. It did kind of remind me of like an X-Men kind of thing, but I didn't see her seeing herself do it. Remember, I'm blind, so some things I just don't catch. Technically, like I'm good on this eye, but this eye, stigmatism, probably. I don't know. Probably. Nature Boy. Whoa. Do you know? Do you get my reference? I want to see a kick-ass reboot of Fantastic Four. Is that what you're saying? Because it's gonna happen. They're just getting the writers. They literally said that they were getting writers for the Fantastic Four movie. That means they already know who they're going to probably cast, and there might be big things happening in the Falcon and Winter Soldier. Number, I actually think that Skrulls is going to make an appearance at the end of this the finale because I really don't think Kevin Feige is going to miss this opportunity to introduce a Skrull. Don't think he's going to do that. So I think that's going to happen. We still don't know what Petro or what happened to them. That's going to be the next episode. I know Agatha said that she was the one behind that, but I'm still assuming that he was pulled in a different dimension. Next episode is going to be crazy from get-go. Agatha, Wanda, the boys, Vision, Monica, White Vision, and Petro are all going to fight. If Agatha was able to sense that magic, I'm wondering how Doctor Strange didn't. I'm guessing that there's a difference with magic and sorcerer magic. I think there is. It seems like there is because there's. I don't know. When Agatha was using her magic, I didn't get the sense that this is like Doctor Strange world. I did. Like I know there's a connection there, but I didn't think that like this is right on the nose kind of thing. How fucking funny would it be? Was it? I forgot who was the villain, or a little bit of the villain who was taking everybody's magic away from the first Doctor Strange. If he makes an appearance and takes Agatha's powers away, how fucking funny would that be? But yeah, I think there's a little bit of a difference. I chalk it off as like why Doctor Strange doesn't sense it. He probably does, but you know how all Marvel movies go. Oh, I was busy with something. I knew you can handle it. Oh, they're not. They can't take this. Can't take this life-threatening or this world-threatening fucking mission. Think Spider-Man: Far From Home. Remember all the elements or whatever. All that, even though it was a ruse, like a lot of people thought it was legit, and they thought, okay, Spider-Man's like, why not Thor or so and so, and they're like, off planet, this and that. So. Like that. I chalk it off as like that. I feel like White Vision is going to, let's see. Nightbot sucks always. How's it going, Nightbot? Is White Vision Ultron or Real Vision only? I think Real Vision. I don't think he's Ultron. I think it was nice for the Ultron references, but they might be done with Ultron, honestly. We're staying late. We're staying late tonight, baby. There's a lot to talk about. We got only one episode left. Yeah, I don't think it's Ultron. It'd be kind of crazy, if Ultron just like fucking is in there and he makes an appearance, but I don't think that's it. I think it's just Vision, but it's Sword controlling Vision, of course. So that's what I think it is. Thank you, Nightbot. Don't go to sleep yet, Nightbot. I feel like White Vision is going to pretty emotionless. It's the original Vision's body, but without conscious. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I think that's what's going to happen. Evil Vision is going to he's just not there. His memories are not there. This and that. Remember when Wanda was feeling his forehead, she said, "I couldn't feel you. I can't feel you anymore. Like you're not there anymore." So Vision's not there. But I think either Vision stays dead at the end of the conflict, or Wanda resurrects him somehow with his memories, all that stuff. Because he could I see a body, right? I see a White Vision, the original body, sort of. I believe Tony would be able to do it, so I think Wanda could be able to do it somehow, let's see. The yoga reference was, if she doesn't learn how to unlock her power, she's going to die. She's going to get drained and starve for her magic. Beautifully said, Ghost. That's pretty much on the money. I can't counter that. When they use their powers on her, she drinks them. Oh, well, yeah, I got that. But how? I get that. But how is she overpowering these witches, right? Who put her on the goddamn stake anyway? And she even does it to her mother. So I get that. But how is she able to do that? Is she just is she Rey from Star Wars? I don't get that. Is she able to kick Kylo Ren's ass? Agatha, of course, had training. Probably her mother taught her some stuff. But how is she able to overpower everybody? I don't get that. But I do get how she was snacking on people. And actually, when she gets done snacking, they become skeletons. It kind of reminded me of Evil Dead. A little bit of Evil Dead. A little bit of Walking Dead, but a little more Evil Dead. Let's see. The way that Agatha's mom had the headline of magic. Yeah, everybody knows this is that necklace with around her head. It makes me think that how they're gonna give Wanda her iconic headpiece. I don't know. I don't think so. It would look really weird. Thor's supposed to have a helmet. They won't do it. There's a couple characters. Look at Agatha. Agatha that costume was terrible, honestly. I don't think they're going to do that. I just don't. I think they're going to say no on it. I think it's going to look too. I thought she looked good on a Halloween episode, but I think they're gonna say no on that. If I had to bet some money, but it is interesting that she did get she has that necklace or the little jewel. Also, the other thing too is that there's still other like Dottie, right? And Ghost, I think he said the mailman. I think he made a big appearance too, somewhat in here. I think he was a pizza man. I think Dottie is another player that we need to watch. Even though, so this might have a after credit scene, not necessarily the Doctor Strange cameo, but maybe revealing that somebody else was watching all along in the foreground, like a neighbor Dottie or somebody, Maybe they reveal it like that, and then we kind of get left and we get more into it in either the upcoming movies or another season. I don't know, just spin the shit, Dude, the Stark bong not exploding being because Wanda was always a witch was insane. Like you said, they didn't plan this back 2012 when they were writing Age of Ultron, but it's still crazy. Yeah, I mean, great. It's funny because I watch a lot of review channels. Double Toasted, Mr. Sunday Movies, Chris Stuckman, Jeremy Johns. I actually met those guys. I forgot, I think it was Double Toasted, and they were talking about a movie. The best writing. Oh, yeah, they're talking about Breaking Bad. So Breaking Bad, right? Every season they leave it and they get their little vacation, right, and stuff, but they leave it at a cliffhanger. They're not fucking. They probably know a beginning and the end, but they don't know the in between and how to get there. So what they do is they take their days off, they come back strong, and they're able to organically introduce elements, storylines to get to that ending. So that's exactly what they did here, where they sat back, they saw them purchase Fox. Just hit this chair. And they're like, we're going to organically introduce the X-Men, the Fantastic Four, these elements into our next phase. So that's what I got. So we're going to introduce Wanda, but we're going to flip it upside the head. You know a little bit of the backstory, but you don't know the full story. So Kevin Feige's like, give them the full story. And that's the full story. And I remember everybody was like wondering, what the fuck is this? The first 3 episodes got more interesting, coming for full circle. All right, goes. She smiles to Rogue. I wonder if that's how she'll bring Rogue to this. She smiles to Rogue. Oh, she's similar. I'm sorry. My eyes again. She's similar to Rogue. I wonder if that's how they'll bring Rogue to this. So another badass character is Rogue. Like, I love Rogue, especially from the X-Men anime series. When they casted that, I can't remember her name, but she was on that vampire show. They cast her in the X-Men films. So I was like, that's not Rogue. First of all, Rogue's supposed to be smoking hot, have that accent, no disrespect, but that's not my Rogue. And then not only that, she's supposed to be fucking powerful too. She's able to, in the comics and in the anime series, she does gain her powers from Captain Marvel and a couple other different heroes too. So yes, I'm hoping Rogue is a badass coming into the MCU. I don't think they're going to use her a lot, even if they do bring her in. Is she kind of similar to Wanda? Or are you talking about Dottie? You're not talking about Dottie. You're talking about Wanda, right? But I don't know. And I do love the relationship between Gambit and Rogue. I think that's a great couple. I think that's a great relationship. So I'm very excited, not only for Rogue, but I think I'm a little bit more excited for Storm, because Storm never got her proper portrayal. I think Halle Berry did a decent job. The other actress who was in the younger versions, she did a decent job as well, but just not really showcasing what Storm could really do. So I'm very excited for the X-Men to come in. And one of my top 10 characters is Gambit. I love Gambit, and I actually think Channing Tatum could pull Gambit off. He's very dedicated to it, and I love that. So we'll see. I don't think they're going to introduce Rogue anytime soon, though. We still haven't identified the corpse of Petro is. Yes, I think the mailman is Nightmare. I think Doctor Strange is going to appear because he's going to have to help contain the situation. Of course, Doctor Strange is going to make an appearance on here. Petro, I really still think that he's from another dimension. But I think Agatha said that she couldn't bring the original Petro's body back, especially with the bullet holes and stuff. I don't know. Maybe not. I don't know. Because I think he might. I still think that something's up with him, because he was in the after credit scenes last episode and he wasn't in this episode. So very curious. Very curious with that Quicksilver. I honestly, I don't know. For some reason, I thought that they were going to bring the original Quicksilver in. I think they have to, right? At some point, they have to make that cameo happen with the original Quicksilver in the MCU version for Wanda, and they might do it actually for Doctor Strange 2, because I think Wanda is still going to be hurt and still have these lingering doubts. So I think that's going to move into Doctor Strange 2. Okay, let's keep going. Let's keep going, guys. I mean, I'm up. I'm with you guys, man. I'm with you guys. I mean, this is a show really really stepped it up. Really stepped it up. It's seriously like the number one show that everybody's been watching. Number one new streaming show. So there's a lot to talk about. There's a lot of people. There's still one episode, so there's a lot of theories and that could happen. You know, the mailman could be Nightmare. I'm assuming there has to be somebody else pulling strings on her. You know, so yeah, it's a great series. It's a great series, and everyone's leaning into the Falcon and Winter. That makes me more excited for the Falcon and Winter Soldier for sure. In the last week's episode, Wanda had red flowers outside her house, and Agatha had purple ones. Dottie has white ones. I thought she had yellow ones. So she might be the witch with white magic, or maybe I'm reaching, but I hope she is. So I saw something that I know what you're talking about, but I don't think it was white. I think it was yellow. And there's a character that Dottie might be portraying in the comics that is another witch. So I think it was yellow flowers, if I wasn't mistaken. So there might be another witch. That's what I'm saying is that at the end of the finale, you might get a reveal that Dottie was a witch too. And you know what's funny is I was looking up Catherine Hahn because I couldn't remember her name and I wanted to remember her name into this episode. When I typed in Agatha, you know what pulled up? She pulled up, and then the old elderly woman who was when Wanda was going through town, and you see her like sitting down and kind of looking straight at Wanda. She pulled up too. I didn't see the name, but I just thought that was very interesting. So I'm just kind of is that the big twist too? Is there a big twist like that? It's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. We saw the mailman as a regular citizen when I thought he was like a pizza guy or something. He was carrying something. Wanda was driving at the end, so I think the mailman is just a mailman in real life too. It's weird, but I'll be on Ghost's side on this one because it's very weird that they're focusing on, like, if you notice throughout the series, they focus on Dottie. They focus on some other the neighbors a little bit, but they focus on Dottie a lot. And they focus on this mailman. And it's very weird why they're doing that. You know, what is this mailman like? Why he's always in the back, right? He's always in the background. Same with Dottie. She's kind of always in the background too. So I would take consideration with that. You know, I would definitely consider something's going down there. Agnes's powers are similar to Rogue. Oh, Agnes. You're talking about Agnes. With the absorbing of the powers. I could see, yeah, it very similar, just different methods, I guess, because Rogue has to touch you to gain your abilities, but Agnes, she's just kind of like souping herself up. To me, when Agnes is taking these powers away, or she's absorbing people, it really feels like the Fountain of Youth. You know, it feels like there's so many movies where a character would like. I know there's better references, but I'm going to reference this. It feels like the Agatha is doing the Mummy, the Brandon Fraser Mummy thing, where the mummy is awakened, and whoever has those cursed animates or whatever, and the mummy just opens his fucking mouth and just sucks in the energy, and then he kind of recoups, like he's starting to become like he looks like a human. That's what I got out of it. That's what I got out of it. I mean, you're totally right, but that's what I got out of it. I don't think he's necessarily, if she was to let's say take Captain Marvel's powers, suck her dry, I don't think she'd be able to do the things that Captain Marvel does. Rogue is for sure, but to me she's kind of like the Brendan Fraser mummy. Shang Tsung? That's Mortal Kombat, isn't it? Isn't that Mortal Kombat? Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know too much of that property, honestly. It's a shame that Bruce Lee is still not, or he's not alive. I would, or even Brandon Lee. I would have loved those guys to be in a MCU property, because Bruce Lee, man, he paved the way for so many chances. For you talk about diversity and organically. Look at Bruce Lee. Look at Enter the Dragon. Watch Enter the Dragon. You'll see the diversity organically being made. That's probably one of my favorite movies of all time. Maybe if you can look at your face, I sent you a screenshot of what Wanda. So, oh yeah, let's take a look. Thank you. Get my phone. Yeah, so I didn't see it. I didn't see it. I didn't see Wanda. Oh, there it is. Okay. It's pretty cool. I like that. And you're right, Phoenix. Imagine if they do Jean Grey. Great. They can't ever go back to the Dark Phoenix. So unfortunately, because she's been butchered twice, they need to move on to other storylines. Maybe the yellow ones. I'm blind too, I guess. I'm telling you, I think it was yellow ones. I have my phone right here in my face. So I think I saw yellow. She could absorb and then mimic the powers like Rogue. Maybe. I think because I wasn't. Probably should have paid more attention to when she was explaining her powers and when she had the bird and stuff. So probably, but I'm gonna say she's the mummy. I'm sorry, Ghost. I'm adamant for that mummy reference. Albert. So what are your thoughts, theories about what happens to Vision at the end now? I know you kept saying that he's better die, but now there is two. You think they both die? I did cover this earlier. I'll say it again now. Let me get some water. More water in my life. Before we continue, let's get one more plug in. I'll let you guys know whoever's joining. Up top, very top of the comment section, there's a link to a video. It's a Funko giveaway. So you click that link, or you wait till this video is uploaded fully on my channel. You can win a Colossus Funko Pop, and all you have to do is subscribe to this channel, put down on that video hashtag X-Men, and like the video, share it to people. I just love what I do. I just want to make videos for you guys and just talk about this greatness, So thank you guys for supporting, and thank you guys for just commenting. My crew right here, always. I expect you guys to be with me when we start talking Falcon and Winter Soldier. I expect it. All right, because I hope it drops midnight, because we're doing it every midnight. And if you guys watch Mine MC, I'm doing Mine MC too. Okay, so yes, I think Vision could technically still die. I mean, the whole conflict, this big battle that's going to happen, or at least some battles that's going to happen next episode, could leave both. And remember, the WandaVision she has is pretty much an illusion. This vision that Sword has is a real body. Either Wanda's going to be able to capitalize on that and actually use that vision, kind of resurrect that vision, or she destroys that vision. She destroys what's holding her back, so to speak. She lets Vision go and lays him at peace. So that could happen. It could go either way. I'm hoping that she destroys both Vision and she moves on from this. That's what I'm hoping. Because I think you need to, if you're going to kill off your characters, you kill them off. You don't bring them back. Looking at you, Firefly. Let's see. Maybe the WandaVision will sacrifice himself. Maybe the WandaVision will sacrifice himself to destroy Sword Vision. Probably. That could happen too. I think Wanda has to do it though. Wanda has to do it because this is her. This is kind of her arc. She has to do it. She has to put Vision to rest. She should have taken Vision when she went and saw the Ghost in the Shell like Vision in that one scene. She should have took Vision, buried him. I don't think they were really even tracking her, but she didn't. So this could be amends. Oh, Samsung dreams energy and becomes younger. Samsung. You ever see that Samsung meme with Sam Falcon? Samsung. It's funny. It's fucking funny. Look at your messenger real quick. This song is oh, that's what you're saying. Is also a shapeshifter. See, now Ghost, you're entering things that I have somewhat of a clue at, but I did, Albert. Damn it. So I know a lot of lore from comics. I know a lot of lore, and then like I said, they usually twist it in real MCU movies, all that stuff. So I don't know too much about that property, but I'm very looking forward to. I mean, they're expanding it, right? I'm looking forward to Eternals too. Looking forward to Eternals because they got I forgot the actor, Rob Stark, and I think his name's Madden, something Madden, and of course Kit Harington, and favorite from Game of Thrones. It was not their fault that Game of Thrones was trash at the end. Dominator Wolf for show. For show. Love that word. Vision and Wanda having a retirement plan set for Westview was sad as hell. It was sad, but it was very weird. Because could Vision really age? I don't know if Vision could really age, honestly. He could make him look like it. No, I don't think he could age. This makes me think, like, is Tommy and Billy really real? You know? Are they? I don't think so. You remember, in the comics, though, I think Tommy and Billy are kind of like shards for Mephisto, but you don't know. You don't know if that's going to happen in the show. There's a lot of turns, and it was sad. It was very sad. That's why that was I'm telling you, that was the Goku scene. She lost Krillin, and she went Saiyan. Very impressed though with the special effects on that particular scene. I'm very impressed with Olsen just really giving her all her screen. Very impressed with that scene. Thought it was a good scene, and I thought, it really conveyed a lot of the emotion. So kudos to the acting. Lamont Hobbs, welcome guys. Welcome everybody who's joined. Make sure you click on the link all the way to the top to the comments if you want a chance to win a Funko Pop. Human Torch is coming. Look up White Vision. It sets up the Fantastic Four. I'm going to do that. All right, I promise. I'm going to do that, Hobbs. I'll do that at the end of this video. Because what I like to, anything I do, I actually just watched this movie called Claws on Netflix. I loved it. Didn't know that was there. Special gem. But what I like to do with movies, TV shows, is if I see like an episode or a movie, I'll actually at the end of it Google the shit out of it. I'll see who made it, how it was made, backstory, history, profit, all that stuff. So if you're telling me to look this up, and very intrigued on Human Torch, that Human Torch aspect, then I will look it up. I'll be honest with you guys, Fantastic Four is not my favorite. I didn't necessarily enjoy the movies. I just think I know there are more to them in the comics, especially Reed, but it's just not my cup of tea. Human Torch is not my cup of tea. So if the MCU can make it because hell, Daredevil wasn't really too much of I liked him, but I didn't love him like I did when they did the Netflix series. So if they could do that for the Fantastic Four, I'm all game. So, and you're telling me Human Torch? Like right from the get-go, you said Human Torch. So very intrigued. Very, 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 very intrigued. The White Vision. It's going to be interesting. Dude, I'm going to be here with you after every Disney Plus show that you cover. I'm taking your ass to watch one of the movies in the theater whenever we can. Dude, I'm about to like rent out a theater, and I'm about to rent out a theater, man, and just get Godzilla versus King Kong up in there. There's a theater in a Atascadero. I can rent it out. It's like 150, probably a little bit more, 20 guests. But I hear Regal might be opening pretty soon. I'm hearing they're opening over there in they're going to be opening in East Coast, and then they're going to make their way to LA. So fingers crossed. We're hitting up a movie, man. I don't know about Black Widow. I'm not actually too excited. Are you guys excited for Black Widow? I think it just been way too long, way too long. But I'll watch it regardless, you know. Um, and then yeah, I mean Falcon and Winter Soldier. I'm very excited for that because the action sequences alone in that is probably gonna be amazing. This wasn't an action. There was action in this WandaVision series, but not the action I like a John Wick kind of action I'm looking forward to in the Falcon and Winter Soldier, which is great. I don't want WandaVision to be your typical Marvel show. And they showcased they could do that, and people were frustrated in the beginning. They're on board now. Number one show. Shang Tsung, sorry, autocorrect. Are you? Do you, Ghost? Do you? Are you looking forward to that Mortal Kombat movie? Do you know? Do you play Mortal Kombat? Because I am. I'm looking forward to that Mortal Kombat movie. You could age. They were tracking him by half-life decay of vibranium, but he wouldn't be around for a long time. Oh, okay. Funny story. My manager at work asked me why I leave early every Thursday. I'm not supposed to be. I'm not supposed to be until 1 a.m., but my ass dips out so I could watch and WandaVision watch some Dan Demand reviews. Yeah. Thank you. I really appreciate it. I don't, you guys are going to be surprised. I don't gain any profit on any of my videos. And if you look how many videos I have, it's insane. I honestly do this because I love to do it. I was out of the game for 2 years. I'm back at it, making more content. Like I generally love to speak my mind and to hear people speak theirs too. So really appreciate that comment. Really appreciate you guys, man. You guys are, man, I live for these nights. You know, I live to be active these nights. You know, it's like super early in the morning. So we'll talk a little bit more. If you have any, I mean, I want to hear what you guys think. What do you guys think is going to be the finale? What do you think is going to happen? Remember, we didn't get no Monica Rambeau in this episode. We didn't get no Petra Quicksilver in this episode. I didn't think we were going to get a sword too much, like what they were doing presently until the end of the episode. What do you think now after watching this episode? What is the finale going to be? You know, do you think Vision's going to live? Do you think Vision's going to die? Do you think the kids are real? You know, the kids are the real deal. Probably are. So, and who do you think is going to be? What do you think that twist is going to be, other than Doctor Strange? You know, there has to be something else going on. Nightmare, Ghost said. I totally agree on that. Nightmare or Mephisto. I know they have to bring some elements to that in the show, probably. Yeah, I mean, it's gonna. I think there's gonna be more predictability in this finale, but there's gonna be at least one or two twists for sure. I don't think Hayward's gonna die. I think a scroll is gonna be introduced. Doctor Strange cameo is gonna happen probably. I'm gonna say the nuttiest thing that could happen in that finale that will freaking make people talk for ages is if you see a ripple effect and you see fucking Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield and Spider-Man somehow coming down, like all these different characters. A lot of people are saying Magneto. I would trip the fuck out if they had Michael Fassbender's Magneto in this. You can't get Ian McKellen's Magneto because he's old. I would love it, but you can't get, if you want future movies, you get Magneto in this. And that was the other thing too, watching the parents. I'm like, well, we all know that that Wanda and Quicksilver, their parents were not necessarily, they altered it a little bit, but they're supposed to be like gypsies. And I think the mom had an affair with Magneto, and then Magneto, those are truly Magneto's kids. But I think they retcon that in the comics too, though, where Magneto isn't the father. So very confusing. The comics are always confusing, but with Kevin Feige, I think he would just want a simpler story, you know? Let's get a couple comments, and then I think it's time for bed, guys. I'll be looking like throughout a lot of people, there's theories and stuff, and we'll maybe I'll do I'll do a video. No. I think we'll just wait till next Thursday in the finale. Um, but yeah, whew, I'm going down for a little bit. Loki, it would be cool. Oh, a lot of people said too that this was going to connect to Loki's series. How nuts would that be? Because Loki seems like it's kind of like a weird jump to different. Like he's supposed to be the was that guy who jumped off the airplane who did a bank heist and some shit like that. He had glass. I don't know. I forgot what the real story was. Maybe it'll connect to Loki. Remember Loki was in. Remember Doctor Strange was in Thor Ragnarok. So maybe it'll connect to Loki. All right, Albert. See what you got, man. Loki, it would be cool. New episodes came out at 9 p.m., but at least we're not in New York where they stay up until 3 to. Oh my God, yeah. I think the kids are the real deal. I feel like they're going to age up one more time. Maybe Agatha is beating Wanda because experience, of course, powering the kids age up and help Wanda out. The two visions are going to fight each other. They're going to get crazy. Yes, they are. Fight, a lot of budget. Remember, where's Darcy? Darcy says she's making her way over there too. So we'll see what happens with Darcy as well. Monica's going to be huge in the finale. Monica's definitely going to be huge in this one. Remember, she's already technically we're seeing the first 3 mutants in the series. I don't think Mephisto or Nymer will be thing. Honestly, I hope I'm wrong though. Monica will help out. Wanda too. I think they're gonna mess Agatha up. Maybe she'll blah blah blah. She escapes. I don't think Agatha will. Something on the she escapes. I don't think Agatha will die on the. I don't know, Albert. I don't know. Agatha might die. I can see her dying. That's a good question because we haven't really talked about kind of the demise of Agatha. I could see her dying. Or I would, I mean, if she was revealed herself in the earlier episodes, I can also see her kind of like redeeming herself, because her own mama tried to kill her and maybe help Wanda. Because in the comics, she does. She's an elderly woman. She helps Wanda with her powers. I don't think they should go that route, though. That would be terrible. That would make no sense. That would come out of nowhere. But Agatha's death, I could see it happening. I could see Agatha dying. I could just kind of see it. I don't think she's going to live. I don't think she's going to live. I'm going to say she's going to die. I'm going to say she's going to die. It wouldn't make sense. It just wouldn't make sense for that to happen. All right, guys. Whew. I mean, yeah, you're right. New York. Yeah, that sucks. I have a buddy. Shout outs to Mike. If you're watching this, man, and you're waiting for that Wanda. No, I don't think did he say he was watching it? I think he said he was watching it. So shout outs to Mike. Bud Mike. Yeah, it is 2:05 in the morning. I think we covered a lot of it. Theories, like I said, the theory of Wanda, I like that theory that it came true with Wanda and the sitcoms. Eventually, I think they will bring Aaron Taylor Johnson as a cameo. I don't know next episode, but maybe in Doctor Strange, because I feel like for Wanda to really kind of redeem herself, she has to let go of everything, right? She has to face the sadness she's felt, So we'll see. And the reason will be show next week in the finale. Yeah, I mean, but then again, it doesn't have to be super connected to Doctor Strange because the movie itself, Doctor Strange, they could set up where maybe, I don't know, Wanda might. What's gonna happen to Wanda at the end, though? She did a lot of shit. So we might get more of a finale to start up of Doctor Strange 2. You know what I mean? So we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. All right, guys. Thank you guys for listening. This has been a great night to talk about WandaVision, and just let you guys know the finale will happen, and then Marvel and Disney Plus will take a week off, and then the Falcon and Winter Soldier will premiere. A lot of people thought there was going to be another secret episode, but I don't think that's going to happen. But if it does, we will be covering it too. So I want you guys to get some sleep, think about this episode, get ready for next week, get your popcorn ready, and we will talk about some more WandaVision, man. Some more WandaVision, and then I'll lead into the Falcon and Winter Soldier, and then, hopefully we get Black Widow soon. A lot of big things are happening. A lot of big things. So, thank you guys. I'm Daniel Danielson. Make sure you click on the link down the top real quick if you want to see, or go to my channel to find the video of the Funko Pop giveaway. I am Dana Man, and I'm going to bed. And I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.